Well, congrats on that fantastic performance.
Thank you.
Kind of a tough fight, though. You really put it out there, gave a hell of a show for everybody watching. How do you feel about that? Those 15 minutes.
Yeah, I feel great, I rather have a finish, but we knew that he was tough. And my coaches told me, on the back, don't rush, don't try to get the finish. If you don't have it, just wait and, take him apart. We have 3 rounds, so I took my time. I took my time and had pleasure.
I know you don't have to, and I love that smile on your face that you're enjoying this. I know you don't have to get ready if you stay ready, but how much is it a factor when they change opponent, week, 2 weeks, 2 days, and you have to do a new game plan, and you got to rely on this team to cook up something to get in there with you?
Yeah, exactly, man. It's never fun, but that's what's happened. It happens, and it's not the first time. It's not gonna be the last. So you need to adapt because everything can change in a split second. So yeah, we were ready for a guy. He pulled out. We have another one. So we watched the clips and take him from there. But I never thought 1 second that I was gonna refuse and go back home. I came to fight, and we had a fight.
Oh, yes, sir. That definitely was that. And you mentioned the word adapt. I think that was one of the topics tonight because you adapted well. You adjusted. And I know you have to give yourself credit later when you reflect on this, that you weren't in desperation mode. You showed that discipline tonight. How big was that for you to show the maturity to where I'm not going to go for the kill every single time?
That's my coaches, because they know me. Once I see blood, I go for the hunt, I go for the kill. But we saw that he was a tough guy, that he can take some punches, And I thought that he couldn't take mine, but he did. But the coaches warned me, so I was aware. So I just listened to my coach, because last time I didn't, and look what happened, So this time I was like, okay, let me just take my time and see. And that's what happened, So yeah, I just adapt my game and took my time and had the victory,
Absolutely. Besides controlling yourself, your breathing and staying in the game with the mental, what were the talks like in between with the coaches to keep you grounded? Because you were pushing forward, you had them on that back foot, but at the same time it was very a disciplined approach. What were they telling you in between rounds?
They were telling me what to do to put the rhythm, keep on putting the pressure, and not let him dictate the pace, So I had to be the one who was pressuring him. But we need to pay attention and not go too in also, to stay aware, So that's what I did, I just listened to keep on the pressure, and it's been a long time that I've been training with my coaches, So a good fighter have also need to listen because we're inside and they're outside, They can see things what we can't inside of the cage, So I just listened and did my job.
A hell of a job, sir. You mentioned at the end when you were talking about Daniel that he's a tough MFer. Did that make you happy though that he was willing to stand and bang? Because that was a striker's delight. There wasn't much takedowns and grappling and taking the back. It was just 2 guys duking it out.
Exactly, man. Even I don't remember if it was the second round or the third. I think it was the third. I told him in the middle, welcome to the UFC, man. And he was like, yeah, thank you. And just after that, I was giving him a left hook, boom, So, we love what we do. He's a dog fighter, and I'm also, we're just doing our dream. And he was in my path, and I was in his. So, may the best man win, and I was the best man that night.
Yes, sir. And what a welcome. Big props to him, by the way. But what a way to welcome him right into the fire. When do we see you again? The dream continues. What's going on with this second half of the year we got?
Yeah, man, I would love to fight as soon as possible. I would love also to be back in the Paris card, France is just next to me, and it's also my crowd, so I would love to be on the Paris card. But either way, just make me fight, even if it's here again in Vegas or anywhere. Just book me a fight, Give me back Markel Medeiros. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he was scared or if it was injured. Give me back Sawadi, I don't know, remember his name, and give me back Chris Duncan also, because I know that I can beat him. Just was just one mistake, but give me 3 of the guys or anyone, But that's it, If we can redo those matches, would be fun to me, would be good. If not, doesn't matter. Just give me food.
That's awesome, man. And you know what? You beat me to the question. Like, respectful call-outs, names first and last. Let them know you want the smoke. That's perfect. You kind of help out the matchmakers when you give those names.
Yes.
Congrats on the win. Awesome performance tonight.
Thank you, sir.
It seemed like you were trying to work his body in the second and third round. Was that part of the game plan, or did you notice that he wasn't reacting very well when you were punching his body in the fight?
Yeah, for sure. It was part also of the game plan, because we knew that he's a fighter that just keep on going forward, and I knew that if in the head doesn't work, just go to the body, and I love to go to the body. So it was the plan to mix it up, just wait for the right moment. So yeah, that's what I tried to do,
To me, it seemed like you did not fear his power whatsoever. You just kind of kept walking forward, and every time you would get in combos, you'd kind of just walk forward and had no fear of his power. Is that correct?
Yeah, for sure. I'm in the best team in Europe, the Valent team, and it's a big team, and we have we have top glory fighters, and they know how to punch hard, So I'm used to it, because in my gym, we get all type of fighters, put the pressure, we're a pressure team. So it wasn't new for me. And so I just, ran over him, I can take his punches, but can you take mine? That was the question. So yeah, he could, but he took the back foot, and I just did my job.
I want to go back to your loss to Chris Duncan. It was your first loss since your professional debut. What were the emotions like after the fight? Because it had been a long time since you had lost.
Yeah, man, it's never fun to lose a fight, Obviously, I was disappointed, and I knew that it was a mistake that I did, and it was my mistake, because that wasn't part of the strategy, So I just had to grow from there, and, learn, it's a lesson. Like my first fight that I lost was also a lesson, and look what happened after that. I won nine times, so it was a bit the same. That's what happened in life. You can't not win every time. Sometimes you take loss, but it's how you get up from there. So yeah, I went down, but just get up and continue. Just keep on training and keep on believing, don't quit no matter what, So I knew that I was coming back, and I was gonna have a victory tonight.
And you said the biggest learning lesson you took from that is to actually listen to your coaches and not go your own game plan.
Exactly, man. Just listen to your coaches.
And finally, just coming into this fight, it's the third fight on your contract. Was there any added pressure on your back to go out and win and have a win that the matchmakers will remember, because it's the third fight on your contract, and assuming you're going to get a new contract after this?
Exactly. Well, it's always a bit of pressure, to fight at the UFC, but every time that you step into the UFC cage, you get more comfortable and more comfortable. I had one win and one loss, so yeah, for sure I was like, I have to win. But in my mind, I never had a doubt, because I believe in myself, and I knew that I was going to do the job and show to the world what I can do, and yeah, that's it. So I'm just excited, to show what I can do, because even now I know that I can still do better. I have still so much things that I can show to the UFC and prove that I'm one of the best.
Congratulations. And what does someone from Belgium do in Las Vegas after a fight?
What do you mean? What did you say?
What does someone from Belgium do in Vegas after you win a fight? How are you going to just celebrate?
You know, with my coaches, I think we're gonna have some little drink. I think they want to go to the above cigars. You know, I might take one just for the win. But you know, my wife is having a baby. I'm having a baby, and so I just want to go home quickly and be with my wife and you know welcome my little son.
Congratulations on the win, and congratulations on being a dad.
Thank you, sir.
Bolaji to the right here, real quick. I just want to ask you, you know, since you started as a contender in the Dana White Contender Series, how have you seen your confidence grow, not only in yourself but also in your team?
I always had confidence on my team. I never doubted my team. I'm loyal. It's been a long time I've been training with them. So, you know, I'm just growing within the sport, you know, and being more comfortable being in the UFC, you know, so every time I step into the cage, I will be more and more comfortable, you know, so, you know, we just grow from there and keep on training hard and keep on giving good performance. You ain't seen nothing yet.
You also mentioned becoming a dad. What excites you most about that?
You know, it's the first one for me, you know, so obviously I'm like, I know it's gonna change my life, you know, and I'm not only fighting for me now, you know, I'm fighting for my family, my new family, you know, for my kid, you know. I wanted the bonus though, you know, so if they can give me the fight of the night, would be good, would help, you know. But, yeah.
Congrats on the win and congrats on being a dad.
Thank you, sir.
When is the baby due, please? Do you have a name picked
Yeah.
out?
Sorry?
When is the baby coming, and do you have a name for your little boy?
I'm gonna say the name once he's you know, once arrived, you know. But he's supposed to come the 7th June, but you never know. You never know. So it's really right now. We never know. I'm calling every day I call my wife to see how she is, you know, and 2 days ago she was like, yeah, I think I'm going to give birth right now. And I'm like, just wait 3 days, you know, just 3 days. I'm coming, you know. So yeah, it's going to be right now. We don't know when, but it's going to come for sure. The day is now, you know.
Oh, man. Well, that's amazing. Best of luck, and I hope everything goes well.
Thank you. We're good? Zulu gang, let's go!